Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Act 5 of Julius Caesar. We have already finished Act 5, Scene 1. Today we're going to be reading Act 5, Scene 2 and Act 5, Scene 3. I'm happy to say the battle is about to start. By the end of Act 5, the end of Act 5, Scene 4, we will know who is victorious and how they were victorious. It's a satisfying ending, in my opinion, but that is for you to decide if you're satisfied or not. Let's get into this now. When we left off, the four generals, Octavius and Antony on one side, Brutus and Cassius on the other, came out into the field to have their parley. It was kind of embarrassing again. You know, I'll mess you up. No, you won't. I'm the best. No, you're not. I'll hurt you. No, you won't. You don't have any sting. I have a sting. Yes, I do. I'm going to be with a sting. You don't have any sting at all. You don't even have any honey. Yes, I do. I have honey and a sting. It was like, are you kidding me? It was kind of embarrassing. And of course, Octavius says, gentlemen, done. Stop with the talking. I have just pulled out my sword. I'm not putting it down again until you two are dead. Let's do this. And he walks away. And Antony turns around and says, if you guys are men, you'll meet us on the battlefield. If not, we'll see you when we see you. And that's how we have left off. So today, it is time to start our battle. Let's go. Act 5, Scene 2. Alarm, enter Brutus and Messala. Let's go. Brutus says, ride, Messala, ride, and give these bills into the legions on the other side. He hands Messala papers, loud alarm. Let them set on at once, for I perceive but cold demeanor in Octavius's wing, and sudden push gives them the overthrow. Ride, Messala, let them all come down. Okay, so at this time in the battle, in the beginning of the battle, Brutus tells one of his men, Messala, tell everybody to attack Octavius's flank because it looks like he's weakening over there. So right now, it looks like things are looking good for Brutus and bad for Octavius and Antony. Let's see, they exit. Scene 3. Alarms, enter Cassius carrying a standard and Titinius. Cassius, oh, look, Titinius, look, the villains fly. Myself have to mine own's turn enemy. This ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and did take it from him. So he says, look, the villains are flying. In other words, our enemies are running. Let's chase them. And he said, I just caught one of our guys running the other way, and I stabbed him in the back because I don't allow cowards to run away from a battle. And Titinius says, oh, Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early, who having some advantage on Octavius took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, whilst we by Antony are all enclosed. And Titinius says, oh no, Cassius, we're in trouble. Brutus sent all his men, which we just saw last scene. Brutus sent all his men to attack Octavius, but he sent too many men, and now we're being overrun by Antony and his troops. So it looks like it's kind of going badly for both sides. Enter Pindarus. Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly therefore, noble Cassius, fly far off. So Pindarus runs up and he says, you've got to run. Antony's right over there and he's in your tents. And if he catches you, you're toast. And Cassius says, this hill is far enough. Look, Titinius, are those my tents where I perceive that fire? And Titinius says, there they are, my lord. And Cassius says, Titinius, if you love me, mount thou my horse and hide thy spurs in him till he have brought thee up to yonder troops and here again, that I may rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy. So over by their tents, Cassius sees a bunch of troops over there. So he tells Titinius, one of his friends, a fellow senator probably, whatever. He says, Titinius, please take my horse and ride over to those tents over there and then come back quickly and tell me, are those our enemies or our friends over there? And Titinius says, I will be here again without a thought. And he leaves. And Cassius says, go, Pindarus, get higher on that hill. My sight was ever thick. Regard Titinius and tell me what thou noticed about the field. So Cassius says, I've got bad sight. So you go up and look. So remember, Cassius just sent Titinius to his tents to see what's happening over there. He then tells Pindarus, go up to the top of our hill and watch Titinius and see if he's okay. And then he says on a side note, I never really had good eyesight, which is ironic. I just want to say, because if you'll remember back to Act 2, or is it Act 1? Act 1 or Act 2, when Cassius is convincing Brutus that Caesar is not really that great. And he says, he's deaf in one ear, he can't swim, and he has seizures. Well, it turns out Cassius isn't that great either. He can't see that well. And what is it better in war, not to be able to see that well or not to be able to hear that well? I would think not seeing well would probably get you killed faster than not hearing, although both of them probably aren't good. I'm just pointing out Cassius isn't as great as everybody, or he thought he was. So he sends Pindarus up to watch what's happening to Titinius. This day I breathed first. Oh, that's right. Cassius, this is his birthday today. Time has come around, and where I did begin, there shall I end. My life is run his compass. Sir, what news? And then he says, so he's talking to himself, and he says, wow, today's my birthday, and I kind of get the feeling like today's going to be my death day too. And then he asks Pindarus. He goes upset. He goes, dude, what's going on up there, Pindarus? What do you see with Titinius? And Pindarus says, oh, my lord. And Cassius says, what news? And Pindarus says, Titinius is enclosed around about with horsemen that make him on the spur. Yet he spurs on. Now they are almost on him. Now Titinius, now some light. Oh, he lights too. He's taken. So shout and hark. They shout for joy. So Titinius went over to Cassius's tents, right? This is what Pindarus is seeing from up on the top of the hill. He says Titinius all of a sudden got chased by a bunch of horsemen that caught up to him. They all got off their horses. They pulled him off his horse, and now they're cheering for joy. It sounds like Titinius has just been caught and killed. So Cassius knows that he just sent his friend to die. Come down, behold no more. Oh, coward that I am to live so long to see my best friend taken before my face. Pindarus comes down. Come hither, sir. In Parthia did I take thee prisoner, and then I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatever I did bid thee do, thou shouldest attempt it. Come now, keep thine oath. Okay, so now Pindarus is his slave, and he said, come here, Pindarus. I've always, you've always done what I've told you to do. So here, do this, please. Now keep thine oath. Now be a freeman, and with this good sword that rannest thou through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Stands not to answer. Here, take thou the hilt, and when my face is covered as it is now, guide thou the sword. So he says to his slave, all right, dude, you've been a good slave, and I'm going to free you now, but you have one last thing you have to do for me. He says, take the sword and kill me with it. And Pindarus grabs the sword, and he kills him right away. He doesn't even think twice about it. He stabs him. Caesar, thou art revenged, even with the sword that killed thee, and Cassius dies. So that's the end of Cassius. Now, why did Cassius just kill himself? Because he believed he's losing his army, this war. He also believes he just had his best friend Titinius killed, and that they're now coming to get him. Okay. Pindarus. So I am free, yet would not so have been, durst I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this country Pindarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him. And he dips. So good for Pindarus. Pindarus he didn't murder Cassius. He could have. He didn't. Cassius said, I will free you if you kill me. First you're free, then kill me. So he killed him, and Pindarus is smart. Pindarus is a slave that just killed Cassius, even though Cassius told him to. If Cassius's boys come up and see Pindarus standing there with a bloody sword and Cassius dead, and they're like, dude, what happened? And he's like, well, he told me to kill him. They'll be like, you're a slave. You killed him. Get out of here. And then they'll kill Pindarus. So Pindarus is smart, and he dips. We'll never see him again. Okay, he exits. Enter Titinius and Messala. Wait a minute. Stop. It just said, enter Titinius and Messala. What's the problem with that? Cassius just killed himself, or had his slave kill him, whatever you want to call it. I still call that killing himself. Having somebody kill you is killing yourself. Cassius just killed himself because he thought Titinius was taken and killed. Here comes Titinius. Oh, snap. Titinius was not taken and killed. We're about to find out that Titinius was taken down by his own troops. They were celebrating because they were winning at the point. Cassius misunderstood and killed himself. So now the army, which was winning, has just lost its general. Listen, it is but changed, Titinius. For Octavius is overthrown by Brutus's power, as Cassius's legions are by Antony. Oh, so check this out. It is an even fight right now. Octavius's army has been destroyed by Brutus's army, but Cassius's army has been destroyed by Antony's army. So there's only two armies left. We have Antony's army left, and we have Brutus's army left. But we have only 3 generals left. Now, even though Octavius's army was killed by Brutus's, he didn't die. He's still alive. He didn't kill himself or run into the battle. He stayed back, as a general should, right? So now we have 3 generals, but only 2 armies left. Titinius. These tidings will well comfort Cassius. And here comes Titinius to say, I've got good news for Cassius. We're even. It's 1-1. We haven't lost yet. And Messala says, where did you leave him? And Titinius says, all disconsolate with Pindarus' bondman on this hill. And Messala says, is not that he that lies upon the ground? So they're going, where's Cassius? Where's Cassius? And Messala goes, uh-oh, I think that's him down there on the ground, dead. Titinius, he lies not like the living. Oh, my heart. Messala, is not that he? No, this was he, Messala, but Cassius is no more. O setting sun, as in thy red rays dost thou sink tonight, so in his red blood Cassius's day is set. The sun of Rome is set. Our day is gone. Clouds, dews, and dangers come. Our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success has done this deed. So Titinius figures it out. He goes, wow, he thought I was dead. And he took his own life. That's the end of Cassius. And Messala says, mistrust of good success hath done this deed. O hateful error, melancholy's child, why dost thou show to the apt thoughts of men the things that are not? O error soon conceived, thou never comest unto a happy birth, but killed the mother that engendered thee. Titinius says, what? Pindarus? Where are thou, Pindarus? Titinius knows it was Pindarus that kills him. I think he knows Cassius asked him to do it, but now he wants Pindarus. I'm going to get you. And he's looking around for him. Now, we all know Pindarus is gone. He's running. Messala says, seek him, Titinius, whilst I go to meet the noble Brutus, thrusting this report into his ears. I may say thrusting it, for piercing steel and darts and venom shall be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of this sight. So Messala says, you go find the slave and get him. I'll go tell Brutus what's happening. Titinius says, hi, you, Messala, and I will seek for Pindarus the while. So Messala exits. Okay, now Titinius is alone with his dead friend, and he's about to speak to him, which makes this a soliloquy. He's saying his thoughts. Listen to poor Titinius. He feels really bad about Cassius dying. And it's not Titinius' fault, it's Cassius' fault, but he still feels bad. Listen. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Did I not meet thy friends? And did they not put on my brows this wreath of victory and bid me give it to thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything. But hold thee, take this garland on thy brow. He goes, Cassius, why did you kill yourself, man? We were doing all right. In fact, I was coming over here to give you the wreath because our armies just beat that one army. And now we can take your army and maybe go beat Antony's armies and be victorious. No, why'd you do it? No, Cassius. He lays the garland on Cassius's brow. Thy Brutus did bid me give it to thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace, and see how I regarded Caius Cassius. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius's sword, and find Titinius's heart. He dies on Cassius's sword. So Titinius actually kills himself because he feels so bad about Cassius killing himself. So if you're Brutus, you're losing all your guys. Your generals are killing themselves, and that's going to make it harder for you to win this last battle. Because remember, we still have Brutus and his army versus Antony and Octavius and Antony's army. But again, without Cassius, without Titinius, he's losing men and he's losing generals. Alarm, enter Brutus, Messala, young Cato, Strato, Volumnius and Lucilius, Labio and Flavius. Brutus, where Messala doth his body lie. So Messala went and told Brutus about Cassius, and Brutus wants to come see him for himself. Messala says, lo yonder, and Titinius mourning it. And Brutus says, Titinius's face is upward. In other words, Titinius is not mourning it. Titinius is laying dead now next to him. He is slain. Brutus. O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our sword into our own proper entrails. And Brutus blames the ghost of Caesar for walking around and giving these people the idea to kill themselves. It's not the ghost of Caesar doing it. It's them doing it to themselves. Low alarms. Cato, brave Titinius, look wherever he have not crowned dead Cassius. Are yet two Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that ever Rome should breed thy fellow. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. Oh my God. Can I point out something? He's looking down at his dead friend, Cassius, and his other friends, Titinius, and he's standing here and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe they died. They're the best. Guys, I should be crying for them. These are the guys. Guys, he didn't even give this much when his own wife died, this much emotion or sympathy, nothing. But yet for this guy, he does. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius, I shall find time. Come therefore, and to Thasos send his body. His funeral shall not be in our camp, lest it discomfort us. Lucilius, come, and come, young Cato. Let us to the field. Labio and Flavius, set our battles on. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans, yet ere night, we shall try fortune in a second fight. Okay, so Brutus decides to go. He says, I'm going to cry for you later, Cassius. I'll shed some tears for you later, I promise. But first I got a battle. He never said that about his wife. He never said he'd shed any tears for her. That makes me mad. Just makes me mad. But this is Brutus. Brutus seemingly cares more for his buddies than he does for his own family. I think that's obvious, right? So here we go. Brutus has just said, let's go bury Cassius. He was one heck of a good Roman. and then I will go finish this battle, and we'll find out by tonight who's going to be a winner. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with Act 5, Scene 2 and Act 5, Scene 3. When we pick up Act 5, Scene 4 and 5 tomorrow, that will be the end of our play. We will find out who is victorious. Is it Brutus and his army, or is it Antony and his army? Here's the thing, though. If Brutus wins, right, and lives, can he ever go back to Rome? That's an interesting thing to talk about right now, because remember, the people are against Rome. So even if he wins, could he win back the people of Rome? Some people say yes, they're very fickle. He could change their minds. I'm not so sure about that. I think if he stepped foot back into Rome, they would destroy him. They would kill him. But let's wait and see what happens anyway. Because if Antony beats Brutus, it doesn't even matter, does it? Let's wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, fabulous job. Thank you very much.